Annan Thiru Mano Thangaraj Avargal, Honorable Minister Government of Tamil Nadu, for his gracious presence to our first edition of Tamil Nadu Higher Education Summit and Award event. And I also like to welcome Dr. Velraj, Vice Chancellor, Anna University. Welcome, sir. I like to welcome and thank Dr. Ashok Verghese, sir, from Hindustan Institute for this wonderful evening and also the whole day of enlightenment. And also I like to thank on behalf of FICCI, Indian Express and Mr. Vignesh for the wonderful support and contributions, sir. Thank you very much and welcome, sir. And to that, I like to welcome all the dignitaries, speakers, delegates, students and media friends. My advance congratulations to all the award winners. Higher education is an integral part of any society that aspires to achieve sustainable development and promote human well-being. In India, higher education has played a crucial role in advancing the country towards its constitutional vision of democratic, socially conscious, cultured and human nation that upholds liberty, equality, fraternity and justice for all. Higher education has contributed significantly towards the development of Indian economy. As you all know, we are very much lag behind the industrial revolution of Western countries. And as of today, we are marching towards the third largest economy in the world just because of the knowledge economy, as mentioned by our Vice Chancellor in his previous speech. So the higher education plays a vital role to push India into a top 5 economy in the world. So it's a very crucial, very important for us, for such a big country with such a big population, that higher education plays a vital role and has contributed significantly towards the development of Indian economy by providing skilled workforce that is capable of driving innovation and technological advancements. Moreover, higher education has also played a vital role in promoting sustainable livelihoods. And we are very proud in entire higher education environment. Tamil Nadu always plays in I would say first in the whole country because of the multi-faced and talented institutes and its leaders. Thank you very much all from FICCI to create that workforce and skilled manpower. As an industry body, we love to thank you all, and I welcome you all again for this wonderful session. I like to hear more from our chief guest and other dignitaries on the stage. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for the warm welcome. And ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to welcome Mr. Ashok G. Verghese, the convener, FICCI Tamil Nadu Education Panel and Pro-Chancellor, Hindustan Institute of Technology and Science, to deliver the theme address. Welcome, sir.
I think our wonderful artist deserves a round of applause for a wonderful, great performance. Her unique style has really captivated all of us. Most respected chief guests of the day, Thiru Mano Thangaraj, Honorable Minister for Milk and Dairy Development, Dr. Francois Xavier Montreal, Attaché for Science and Higher Education, General Consulate of France, who is online, Mr. Bhupesh Nagarajan, Senior Vice President, Indian Express Group, the organizing team from FICCI, the leaders on the dais and off the dais, administrators from across institutions and universities, respected faculty, researchers, guests and friends, a very good evening to you all. I would like to extend a very cordial welcome to everyone present at the Tamil Nadu Higher Education Summit, presented by FICCI and the New Indian Express, on the theme, Educating Tomorrow's India. It is an honor to have you all here today, united by our shared vision of shaping the future of education in our wonderful country. The theme, Educating Tomorrow's India, encapsulates our collective obligation to equip the next generation with the skills, knowledge and perspective necessary to thrive in the world that is constantly changing. We discuss strategies to reshape the landscape of education system in India. Traditional pedagogies must be discarded in favor of new approaches that foster critical thinking, problem solving, creativity and adaptability. Through these skills, our students will not only be able to navigate the complexities of the future, but they will also become active contributors and leaders in the effort to create a better society. What should be the aspirations for our country? What would you aspire for India? Earlier on today, Dr. Velraj, our Honorable Vice Chancellor of Anna University, was discussing about the SDGs. The SDGs which have been formulated by the EU. I am part of, the IURC project, which is of the European Union. And some of the key discussions which happen revolve around the SDGs. As you all know, the aspiration levels of many of the European developed countries and the US revolve around these SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals, as you all know it. There are 17 of them. If I were to ask you which one would you choose, or rather, would there be a 18th SDG which could make a difference to a country like ours? What would that be for you? After thinking much about it, the 17 SDGs revolve around developed nations mostly. But the 18th SDG, which I was thinking about, is about corruption, which rules many countries like India. And I think if the SDG number 18 were to be implemented, the theme, Educating Tomorrow's India, would be possible to a large extent, without which we would be a crippled nation, we would be a crippled state, and we would be crippled institutions. So it is my firm belief that SDG 18 would help many of the countries like India who lag and who deserve a push, and without which we would be truly unable to progress into a developed nation. What should our aspirations be for the state? Each state in the south must compete with countries like Singapore, as quoted by Amitabh Kant, the G20 Sherpa and former Niti Aayog CEO. The startup culture, which was debated by Mr. Parvez today during one of the sessions, is to be established, as he mentioned, in all institutions. Many of them, like you say, protecting the environment, you say greenwashing, because many of the worldly corporates do not truly follow green norms, so we call it greenwashing, like whitewashing, Disruption is essential. Google, Microsoft were all startups which evolved into giant organizations. India consumes 50% of global online transactions. The resounding success of the Indian UPI is global, and many countries are trying to implement the same with the support of our government and IT companies. 95% of research proposals from even premium institutions are less than 1 crore rupees. Most published papers and are very content. This was quoted by Chris Gopalakrishnan, co-founder of Infosys. We must work with industries to scale up on research. The next big opportunity, increase enrollments in online education. Reach out to all our neighboring countries who are looking to India to provide support for their youth. Some of you may have heard of the famous online master classes, which are online and quite reputed. 180 odd lectures, but from the best in the world. Some of them, for example, Marc Jacobs for fashion, Carlos Santana for music, Natalie Portman for acting, Steve Martin for comedy, Gordon Ramsay for food, and Stephen Curry for sports. I have a proposal to create the best content by experts from Tamil Nadu for the world and online. Fashion, Vivek Karnakaran; music, Alap Raju; acting, T.M. Karthik; comedy, Alexander Babu; sports, Sharad Kamal. These are the people who can make a change and take Tamil Nadu on the global map of online digital learning. Peter Drucker, the father of modern management, had told, knowledge has to be improved, challenged, and increased constantly, or it vanishes. Encapsulate the important role of a teacher, a role the teacher plays in the development of a student. Make in India made it possible to shift overseas sourcing to manufacturing, focused ethos back into India. Study in India made it possible for many foreign students to study in many of the award-winning institutions in India. Educate in India should mean empowering the nation, which has been done, but we need to improve our GER and GDP. The answer to this lies in the hands of the institutions who are here today and otherwise. We have the next 2 decades to make India into a developed country, as I mentioned in my morning address. Yes, 2 decades to make India into a developed country, not a superpower. We have that time to elevate the rest of the nation to a developed nation. Education has always been the cornerstone of development and change. It has the ability to elevate individuals, families, communities, and nations. As we approach the dawn of a new era, it becomes imperative that we prepare our students not only for the challenges of today, but also for the uncharted territories of the future. I would like to express my profound gratitude to everyone who helped make this summit possible, including the organizers, sponsors, speakers, and participants. I would also like to mention again that this is the first time FICCI Tamil Nadu will be bestowing awards upon the best universities and institutions across our state. The nominations and finalization was done meticulously by eminent panelists from society for more than 85 applicants from across 23 categories. We will be announcing the much awaited recipients of the FICCI Tamil Nadu Higher Education Awards in a short while. On behalf of FICCI, I would like to thank you all for being a part of this summit and wishing you all the best, especially to the winners. Thank you once again.
Thank you very much, sir, for the wonderful thematic address. And ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to welcome Mr. J. Vignesh Kumar, the Senior Vice President, the New Indian Express Group, for the special address. Welcome, sir.
Good evening, everyone. Respectable Honorable Minister for Milk and Dairy Development, Mr. Manoj Thangraj, sir. Mr. Bhupesh Nagarajan, Co-Chairman FICCI. Mr. Ashok C. Verghese, Convener FICCI. Dr. Velraj, Anna University Vice Chancellor, all esteemed guests. It's been a pleasure to associate with this kind of events. At New Indian Express, we always try and believe that education is something which is very, very important for this country. And we at the Indian Express Group, with the 90 years of fearless journalism, have always spearheaded education and policy at both the state level and the country level. We believe that higher education is core for the development of our state and would strive to support various causes in the days to come and forever. I just to add some few points about the Tamil Nadu, especially on the achievements on the higher education. Tamil Nadu has emerged as India's one of the most progressive states and among the top 3 states with a reputation of intellectual powerhouse within the country. No other state has got this kind of infrastructure which Tamil Nadu has. This is possible because of great infrastructure facility, number 1. Number 2, focus on both rural and urban education. Today, if you look at every nook and corner of the state, we have education institutions spread, and also we have a quality of higher education which enables to the students to acquire the great skills to meet up the demands of the current century. We are proud to say that Tamil Nadu has the highest GER, gross enrollment ratio in higher education, which is much higher than the national level. And Tamil Nadu has, as I said earlier, has got one of the best infrastructure as far as higher education is concerned. Tamil Nadu can really boast of having higher number of education institutions, that is more than 1,000 in technical side and 1,600 in arts and science category. And other which is very significant when we talk about higher secondary education is Tamil Nadu has also got a distinction of having number 1 for enrollment of students at the PhD level. It shows our dedication and the level of students' activity, especially in the research area. Tamil Nadu has been consistently performing well in NERF ranking, which is recently out. You will be surprised. Tamil Nadu has got more than 20 institutes or universities in the top 100 ranks in overall category, which is a very, very proud moment of Tamil Nadu. And again, as I said, Tamil Nadu has been in forefront in adopting new technology like artificial intelligence, machine learning, augmented reality, virtual reality in the EdTech platform, and has opened a whole new world of learning for the student community. In fact, as when Mr. Manoj Thangraj sir was already handling IT ministry, in fact, it is under his development that Information and Communication Technology of Tamil Nadu, ICTAT, formed by the representative of Tamil Nadu and government and leading companies in the industries, focuses on all the parameters, not only in student development, it also focuses on faculty development, which is very important, entrepreneurship development, which is very important, youth empowerment, research and publication, digital empowerment, and industries and institution interaction. I should not forget to say our Chief Minister's Non-Mudalvan scheme, which aims to help students to identify the right career for providing them right information about the industry-specific offerings. Another which we are really proud of is our Chief Minister's Pudimai Pen scheme, which we have talked about and has been appreciated by all states, which encourages girls to pursue higher education, especially from rural and socially backward areas. No other state has got such a scheme to promote, especially this kind of scheme with women, and we see, in fact, I've seen a lot of women people here going to achieve higher strides. I'm very happy to that. With this all, Government of Tamil Nadu successfully started all 3 ideals of equity, access and excellence, which are the guiding principles of success of any higher education. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to listen to the guest of honor speech. So for which we are inviting Dr. Francois Xavier, who's going to be joining us in the Zoom. So the VC is ready. Let's go. So Dr. Francois Xavier is online.
Yeah.
Welcome,
Yes,
sir.
I'm there. Can you hear me?
Yeah, perfect. Loud and clear.
Yes. Very good evening to all of you, dear Honorable Minister Tiruti Manu Tangaraj, dear Honorable guests and panelists. It's an honor, privilege for me to be there with you online. I'm very sorry I could not travel to Chennai. I will explain you why it's not an issue. I'm traveling quite often. But it's very happy to have this opportunity to participate to such important event, and I would like to thank the organizers for everything they've done. Yes, the future of education is not the concern and is not in the mind only of India. Every country now is thinking about it. The reason that we are facing an evolution of the technology that humanity has never faced. 8 months ago, nobody knew about ChatGPT. Now ChatGPT is in our life, in our daily life. We have also to think out of the box. Mr. Ashok Varghese was reminding about the SDGs, and what's important is that we need also to find new models to provide solutions for sustainable and more respectful growth and solutions to accompany, to join the company, to join the economics. And there are some few initiatives which have been taken at French level, and it's also at Indo-French level already. And I'm very happy to have this opportunity to show them to you and to discuss them with you. Before that, if I can, I'd just like to introduce who we are very quickly. I'm working for the French Embassy, and I am based in Bangalore, that's right, but I'm covering 5 southern states of India, so I'm working with 2 Consulate General, the Consulate General of France in Pondicherry and Bureau de France in Chennai, and I know our Minister knows well Mrs. Lise Talbot-Barré, our Consul General. And 2 of my colleagues are taking care of the green circle that you can see. I hope you can see my slides. And another colleague is in Mumbai in the blue circles, and my team and I are based in the red circle. The idea of this territory coverage is to be as close as possible to you, so we can understand your needs and propose solutions and think together about how to bring things forward. My team is made also of 2 of my colleagues who are permanently based in Chennai. So Shruti and Ajit, that you can see in the red squares, are here permanently based at the Bureau de France and at the Alliance Française. So don't hesitate for any further discussion. They are here and very happy to come to you and to answer your questions. What do we do? I am associate professor myself in the School of Engineering, and I'm detached to the French Embassy and taking care of this collaboration in the academic and scientific affairs. And we are working on a continuum. This continuum is starting at the higher education, going through the research and innovations, and exploring all the possibility of science translation to be able to deliver something interesting for the French companies, Indian companies, and all those who are going with a safe state of mind. And to do that, I will not read everything, but we have several tools, and I will talk about some of them, about especially what we have as joint programs, scholarship programs, and the kind of events we are doing to inform students and to inspire also Indian partners and colleagues. Firstly, something to keep in mind is also that, we like it or not, there's an international mobility, and 6 million students, I'm using the numbers before pandemic, there were 6 million numbers of students studying in a different country than theirs, and among them 750,000 Indian students were abroad according to MEA, and France at the same time was welcoming 360,000 international students during that year. The reason we were able to do that is that our Prime Minister, Edouard Philippe, at the end of 2020, former Prime Minister, 2017, launched Bienvenue en France, Welcome in France, in order to provide all the package with curriculum taught in English, hiring kids to universities, quality of life, cost of life, medical insurance, low medium tuition fees, with no, I heard before from Mr. Vignesh, the question of excellency. I'd like to highlight that we don't compromise with excellency. So 17 French business schools have got the triple crowns, and the QS ranking speak for itself. Associated to that, France is, of course, known for literature, known from Paris and many other things, but it's also a country of research and development. We have 73 Nobel Prizes. Alain Spec is the latest one in quantum sciences. We have also 13 field medals, as there's a kind of tradition for mathematics in France, which is very strong. And the reason is that France is putting 2.25% of GDP in research, in the public research, which is comes on top of the private, which is even bigger. And 42, I was mentioning that 360,000 Indian students were in France. 42% of our PhD students are international. They are not holding a French passport. And this gives a very specific flavors. One question you could have is, why are we doing that? I was talking about science translation. It's always good to keep in mind that we are having roughly 1,000 companies and subsidiaries in India, and they represent 350,000 jobs. And they represent also 25 research and development innovation centers. To speak about a few of them, in the zone I'm covering, Valeo has got 2 or 3 in Tamil Nadu. Renault has got 1 jointly with Nissan, as you know, in Tamil Nadu. Capgemini there, of course, it's French, even if the name is not sounding French, it's 100% French. In other places, we're having those from Airbus, from Thales, etc., and some center of excellence from Schneider. So all this put together is giving us a kind of global view and a capacity to little anticipate and to get the feedback of these industrial partners to know what they need in terms of skills, in terms of open mind from the students, in terms of interculturality, etc. So let me please share with you quickly a couple of examples that we're having at different degree. Firstly, maybe you know this uniform that your Prime Minister is going to observe during the 14th of July as he's a guest of honor for the French National Day, and École Polytechnique, which has been said by Napoleon, is still existing. It's not open to civilians, of course, and there will be the one on the Champs-Élysées walking. And they represent a niche of excellencies. It's not a very big school of 20,000 or 30,000, it's few thousand, but of excellency. And what they are proposing today, which can be very interesting, is able to have some students who are excellent, but who are able to be flexible enough to, because the moment you start your curriculum, and at the end maybe technology will have changed and evolved. So we need people with very strong foundations. So they propose something which is led by 3 couples of double majors, which are necessarily mathematics plus something, mathematics and physics, computer science or economics, in order to give the students very strong foundational skills so they can lead their master to something which will be really matching with the need of the society, the need of the industry. It's something which is very multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary, and working very nicely. And of course, as it is 100% taught in English, and we had some discussion with the managers and director of this École Polytechnique a few weeks ago, Indian students are already, some of them are already there, and they are more than welcome to apply and to join this such program, which can be also inspiring for some of my colleagues, other associate professors from India who are attending and listening tonight. Another example, which you may not know because it's very new and very interesting, is about the joint project, which name is Iliad, which has been set which is a group of 2 consortia, 1 French consortia, only academic, with 4 universities that you can see on the upper left, and 4 institutions from India, including the VIT Vellore, as you know, one of the prime institutions in Tamil Nadu and in India, as a deemed to be university. It's also involved other partners such as the CMAP, JIPMER from Pondicherry and NCBS from Bangalore. And they're working on this continuum I was mentioning before. They have been a successful candidate when applying together to a call we launched 1 year ago, which is about an Indo-French campus on health in the Indo-Pacific region. They are one of the 4 successful candidates, and where they are matching and proposing for this continuum is to propose something which is in big respect of more knowledge of the medicinal plants, and they are proposing in August a first-year master on medicinal plants, which will open, and this will be with mobility in bilateral mobility. We will have French students coming to Vellore, we will have Indian students going to one of the French universities, and this is something we really want to have, something very balanced like this, where the youth is going to meet, is going to open mind, is going to understand the other culture, to be able to be more flexible and to navigate in the very fast-moving environment that we are in and we are continue to be in. 1 year later, they're going to open a new other curriculum, which would be AI, artificial intelligence, dedicated to health, with a lot of ethics and a lot of questions about society. Université Lumière Lyon is a University of Social and Human Science. We are not disconnecting in this interdisciplinary approach. We are not disconnecting the human sciences and social sciences from the health sciences and engineering sciences. We need to know what could be the impact, the challenge, what is needed really for the society in such programs. Of course, the continuum will be associating some research program in these two fields, and we're already in contact with L'Oréal, French company, for the research activity, as they want, again, in an approach of better respect, they want to turn 100% green L'Oréal. So they are very interesting to know what we can have from natural plants and medicinal plants. And last example I would like to share with you, some weeks ago, you know, and I trust Mr. Ashok Bagherese and the other gentlemen from Hindustan know very well about it. Of course, Hindustan has signed a new MOU with ENAC. ENAC is a French national school for civil aviation. And I could not refrain from matching this with a fantastic purchase order that Indigo has just placed with 500 Airbus A320 for the fleet. It's just fantastic on a business point of view, but just think above that. We need pilots, we need maintenance officers, we need air controls, we need every field at every level. So tomorrow education should take also into account the booming industry and booming industry sectors in India, and it's something we are very happy to join. To conclude, I'd like to say that more information, I don't want to be too long, so more information will be available. We have more than 50 French universities, School of Engineering and Business School who have registered for the next Choose France Tour, which will take place in Chennai on the 8th of October. So you can have all information to my two colleagues, Shruti and Ajit, whose email are here, and I'll be very happy to share with you this slide so you can disseminate. It will be a big event which will take place at the Hyatt Regency from 2 to 6 p.m. and of course a proper invitation will be sent to you early September to attend this event. It will be the opportunity for students to meet the schools, and it will be opportunity also for the professors, associate professors, to come and discuss to see what they could do as a partnership or to get inspired with something we are doing, or French professors would be happy to do jointly with. Very last but not least, we don't want students enrolled in programs to be selected only on the wealthy origin of their family. We want every excellent student to have a chance to experience mobility through different kinds of programs, which is why every year French government in India and the French embassy is spending 14 crores only to Indian students, so they can experience a mobility to France, which could be a mobility just to discover lab sessions for 1 to 2 months, or can be a full year for a master degree, or can be some months for a bachelor degree, or even better, when we have some twinning programs, we also finance mobility through these excellent CHARPAC programs, which twice a year we propose students to go, which is something very interesting and which give students a chance to explore France and to come with some new knowledge, intercultural ability and things like that, which are very also useful for his own development and life. And I'm not forgetting the PhD students. This is not managed by Institut Français and French Embassy itself, but by the joint venture the French government is having with the DST, the Department of Science Technology, CEFIPRA, Every year we propose also multiple scholarships from 2 to 6 months to PhD students, again in both directions, ingoing mobility for French students to come to India and outgoing mobility for Indian PhD students to go to France. This is it. This is what I wanted to share with you. I was a little fast, but wanted to stick on time. So thank you very much, and very happy to answer your question later. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Francois Xavier. So that was an insightful speech with a lot of statistics. Well, today we also celebrate the International Yoga Day. So before we request our chief guest to speak a few words, however, we are going to have an AV, an audio visual. So presenting to you the AV. In order to create an awareness, we have our minister doing yoga. So on this International Yoga Day, we'd like to show this across. This is the Sirasasana, the famous asana, which is very difficult indeed. Thank you very much, and let's celebrate International Yoga Day. Thank you very much. With that note, I'm honored and privileged to welcome Honorable Minister for Milk and Dairy Development, the Government of Tamil Nadu, Thiru T. Mano Thangaraj avargal, to deliver the valedictory address. Well, ladies and gentlemen, okay, so this is a wonderful moment wherein Minister himself want to honor the artist. You all know the artist here, and it's none other than Palak Chauhan. So the little maestro here. So ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together, and we will request Palak to join us on the stage. Thank you. As we celebrate the World Music Day, we had the little maestro here performing for us. And she's been honored by our Honorable Minister for Milk and Dairy Development, Government of Tamil Nadu, Thiru T. Mano Thangaraj avargal. Thank you very much, sir. This is amazing. Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, I will request Honorable Minister to deliver his valedictory address. Over to you, sir.
I'm so happy to be here with all of you in this wonderful evening, and respected dignitaries on the dais, Mr. Bhupesh Nagarajan, co-chairman of FICCI Tamil Nadu State Council, and dear Mr. Ashok Verghese, our Hindustan Institute Pro-Chancellor, and Mr. Vignesh Kumar, my friend and Senior Vice President of New Indian Express Group, and Mr. Francois Xavier, and who attended over the video conference over here. Dear Dr. Mr. Velraj, VC of Anna University, dignitaries of the dais, dear participants, journalists, and my dear friends. It's really a very happy occasion to have such a nice program in Chennai, and it is very appropriate by this time to conduct such programs and motivate our younger generation to come up with our strong commitment towards educating the future generations. And we all know that Tamil Nadu is a pioneer in education. I'll say that it is our strength. Any department, if they have a SWOT analysis, what is the strength? Their strength will be the talented people within them. That is because of the education that is being provided to the people of Tamil Nadu. When I was the Minister for Information and Technology, you all know that we took a lot of efforts to take the future generation skills to the younger generation of Tamil Nadu. And we really succeeded in that. I'll say that proudly, because through ICT Academy, through the program Non-Mudalvan, through the program Future Skills, we were able to train a huge number of students as well as the faculty members of various government and private colleges. That's a great thing. And of course, as it was mentioned earlier by Mr. Vignesh Kumar, the non-Mudalvan scheme of the Honorable CM has brought very good results. That is, students get lot of opportunities to understand the scenario, how the future will be, and what kind of skills they require. Not only about the skills, technical skills, but also about the life skills. When we take Tamil Nadu, it's a disadvantage for most of the students who are coming from the villages. You know, the problem is their lack of communication skills. And we need to focus more on that. I would like to request all of you that we need to think very seriously about the life skills that need to be provided to the students in the coming years. Take for example, I conducted a program in the last 2 months in Kanyakumari. That's my native district, and I am minister in charge of that district. That is English for English towards economic opportunities. To provide or to have access to better economic opportunities, students should have good communication skills in English. So we conducted a vocabulary drill. Through that we trained nearly 31 volunteers, mostly people who have completed a degree or post-graduation and who are unemployed. We gave them with 30 days of intensive training, and you know, there was a very good performance after the training by them. And as a pilot program, we trained 800 students through these 31 people, and very impressive things came up. And the students, even though they come from rural areas, they were able to present them in the stage with somehow good English. That's a great thing I saw. And these kind of programs can be taken, as this is a forum that is conducted by FICCI. The business people can really think of it. You know, you can sponsor volunteers like this to take classes for the less privileged students, mostly who are all living in the rural areas of Tamil Nadu. And as far as when we compare the education with the international standards, we need to accept that in certain areas we are lagging behind, and we need to bring in more research and development oriented things to Tamil Nadu, even though we have a very huge number of education institutions with us. That's a great thing we have. And of course, the education is diversified and everyone have access to education. That's a great thing we can see in Tamil Nadu other than any other state in the country. And in this case, Tamil Nadu and Kerala are the pioneers, I will say. Because if you take the southern end of Tamil Nadu, that's the Kaliyakavadai area, to Chennai, you cannot see a single village without a school. You cannot see a single taluk without a college. And almost 1 or 2 districts together, they will have an university. That's how we have access to education. And mostly the government is providing free education. That's a great thing. We have a lot of scholarship programs and all. And when the last former Honorable CM, Mr. Kalanyar was in place, he introduced a scheme that is each family, the first generation person who goes for a higher education, whatever may be the higher education, it will be met by the expenditures will be met by the government. And you know, lakhs and lakhs of students from Tamil Nadu, they were so happy to get benefited through that program. Lot of engineering graduates lot of medical students and many other. Now in the same way, our Honorable CM has thought and he has given a new program called the Pudumai Pand scheme, where a girl student from a village studying in a government school, and if she goes for a higher education, she will be paid 1,000 rupees per month. And really it has made a tremendous changes. The national average of gross enrollment ratio is 24.1%. But you can't imagine that we have crossed it 72%. So 72% and above is the percentage of women who go for higher education. And we are very privileged to say that we live in Tamil Nadu to see this happening. So it's a great thing. So in Tamil Nadu we have lot of welfare programs as well as development programs. Certain states, they concentrate only on infrastructure development, and even at times they criticize the welfare programs that are taken by Tamil Nadu. And I will honestly say, if you make an in-depth study of that, it is only because of the welfare schemes and the social development initiatives that has been taken by the government of Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu is placed high in the social indicators like education and other things. We may talk about so many things. When we compare the lifestyle of the people in the south with the people living in northern states or in the states near to Delhi, the mainland, there is a huge disparity you can see. Because here we have brought in so much of social welfare programs that helps the common man, helps the underprivileged to come up with the basic requirements. That's a great thing that we are seeing. You take for example any other thing. In the last 2 years, lot of money is being pumped through Thanthi for giving opportunities for the less privileged people, like tribal people or scheduled caste people or vulnerable sections like women and physically challenged. Lot of incentives have been given. I can say in crores they have been disbursed to them. A lot of such initiatives are also coming up. And the government is focusing on establishing more research and development centers in Tamil Nadu. Every department you can see. And after I took charge as the Minister for Dairy and Milk and Dairy Development, we have decided to start a research center in Ambattur with a cost of 12 crore. Because lot of research has to happen in my department also. Take for example industrial automation. We are far behind when we compare with the western or states of the developed countries. So say for example we are handling nearly 45 lakhs of liters of milk every day, and we are thinking of expanding it. But how? If industrial automation does not happen, it's going to be very challenging one. You take the feed for the cattle and things like that. We need to compete with our what we say. In so many countries they have done lot of research on that, and because of the shrinking the land for grazing and all, lot of nutritional what I say, we need to concentrate more on that and give better products to the cattle. So there is no kind of research I am seeing elsewhere in India. And when we take about the dairy products also, country like France, they are doing wonderful things. Even in the Nordic countries, there are a lot of opportunities for that. And to my dear friend who is online, they invited me for a conference, Viva conference in France last week, and I was about to go there. I promised them. But because of the shift in my portfolio and a few challenges I was facing, in the last month, I was unable to make it to go there, and I'm indebted to them, because they were the country, France was the country partner for us to conduct the Imagine conference that we conducted last year. So that's a great thing, and I was so unfortunate I couldn't make it last week at the neck of the movement. because of certain issues I have to address from here. So anyway, these are the things. Now the government of Tamil Nadu, the great thing I'm seeing is the government is partnering with so many countries like Israel, France, Germany. A lot of collaborations and cooperations are happening, and that's a good initiative I'm seeing, because this will bring very good exposure to our children by getting a lot of information, or going there, seeing how things happen over there, and bringing students from there to here, and a lot of interactions also going on. And even our senior vice president, Indian Express, he was talking about the government's initiative of collaborating with the trade industry as well as educational institutions, a kind of thing. And we all know that a lot of discussions are going on now, collaborating each and every stakeholder. Because stakeholder participation is very much needed when we think of development. And we are talking about sustainable development kind of thing. For that, we need really more and more kind of things should happen. So that helps us understand the present situation, and we explore possibilities to face the challenges which is coming in the future. So education is an area that we need to concentrate more and more. And a country like India, we have a very huge population, not like the other countries. When we make a comparison with other countries, we need to keep in mind the population of our country. 2-3 months back, a delegation from Western Australia came and met me, headed by the Deputy Prime Minister of that country. They were talking to me, and I asked them what is the population of Western Australia. They told me that it is 2.5 million. I was so surprised. It is only the population of my district. And I asked them what's the geographical area. It is 2 times of India. It is 2 times of India. Country with such a big geographical area having only 2.5 million of people. But you just look at, when I go abroad and all, when I say that I come from a country where we have 8 crore people, they look at me like this. How? So that is the population of a state. You take the population of our country, 142 crore. Can't even imagine what is going to happen in the coming days if the population is going to come up like this. So we need to accommodate all our people. How? The only means is to educate them with various skills and find good opportunities for them globally. That is the only way out. So in the coming days, we may have to focus more and more on educating the younger generation with the educations which will match the international standards. I'm not talking about only the skill part, but also the life skill part. We need to concentrate more on that also. So with all these things, I wish to conclude. I extend my regards and thanks to FICCI. They are doing a lot of good things like this, and they are collaborating with us also in a wonderful way. They are extending whatever support we need from them, and the government is also very keen on working with the industrial organizations like FICCI and all. And thank you once again. Thank you.
Thank you very much, dear Honorable Minister, for throwing light on the darkest topics and also for enlightening us with the futuristic projects. Thank you very much, sir. Mika Nandri. So it's time for us to recognize the awardees, and it is the moment, and we would request Honorable Minister to present all the awards and also the dignitaries to join him. So ladies and gentlemen, let's recognize the huge round of applause of. First of all, congratulations to all the awardees. A huge round of applause for them, please. Well, they are not huge at all. The hall is huge, and so is the heart. So let's give a huge round of applause. Thank you. So, to all the awardees, we have some announcement. You can take the left stair and get down by the right. And we also have a photo op at the end of the session. So, all the awardees will be joining our dignitaries for a photo op. Thank you. When I request the Honorable Minister and all the dignitaries to join us for the award ceremony. It's the first award and it's a Lifetime Achievement Award. And this award goes to, you all know, it's none other than Dr. S.P. Tyagarajan Avargal. The former Vice Chancellor of Madras University, so we have Dr. S.P. Tyagarajan Avargal. So Ficky and the new Indian Express is taking the pride and privilege in presenting him the Lifetime Achievement Award, with which, we are taking the happiness by giving him a round of applause, a huge round of applause. Thank you. Thank you, sir. It's a great honor for us. Thank you very much. And next comes the Best Engineering Institute, and the award goes to Indian Institute of Technology, Madras. To receive the award, I will request Professor Manu Santbana, the Dean of Department of Civil Engineering. Please join us, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Indian Institute of Technology, Madras, the Best Engineering Institute. And next, the Best State University Engineering. The award goes to Anna University. So may I request Dr. R. Viraj, the Vice Chancellor, to receive the honor from our Minister. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause please. Here comes the Best State University in Law. And the award goes to Tamil Nadu Dr. Ambedkar Law University, and may I request Colonel Professor Dr. N.L. Santosh Kumar, the Vice Chancellor, to receive the honor. Congratulations, sir. The next award is for the Best Private Engineering College West of Tamil Nadu, and the award goes to KPR Institute of Engineering and Technology, Arasu, Tamil Nadu. May I request Dr. P. Velu and Ms. Young Akila to join us on the stage. Congratulations to KPR Institute of Engineering and Technology, Arasu, Tamil Nadu. Here comes the Best Science and Technology University. SRM Institute of Science and Technology. May I now request Mr. Venkateswamy, the Directorate of Career Center, to receive the honor. Congratulations to SRM Institute of Science and Technology. It takes a big heart to recognize others with an applause, so let's have the big heart. Thank you. Here comes the next award, and it is the Best Medical and Research Institute, and the award goes to Sri Ramachandra Institute of Higher Education and Research. And we now request Dr. Umar Shekhar, the Vice Chancellor, to receive the honor. Welcome, ma'am, and congratulations. The Best Dental College Award goes to Savita Institute of Medical and Technical Sciences. And I request Dr. Shrija Varghese, the Registrar, and Dr. Congratulations.
Hello, hello, check, hello. Hello. ஃப்ரண்ட்ல போடுவா ஓ வேற யாராவது வச்சுக்கிறீப்பா ஹலோ தெரியுதுடா ஹலோ ஹலோ செக் செக் ஆடியோ கேக்குதா ஹலோ check hello
என்ன ஜூடி நானா
ஆடியோ பிக்கப் தந்தி மந்திரம்
தந்தி மரியாதை
இல்லைண்ணா நம்மளது பண்ணுற தந்தி மேலே ஆச்சுண்ணா
ஓகே
இப்படி சாயுதுண்ணா
சாயக்கூடாது
போனோம்